Rhoda Barron. Wishing them all the best, God's blessings, and many more years to come. Hope they have a wonderful day as they celebrate their big day today. Dexter Newton and Melvin Newton, good morning and happy birthday. Good morning to you, Ruth Ann and the good folks of La Plaine. Hope all is well. Have a great day. Jacinta Durand, bonjour. We've got happy birthday greetings going out to Anna Annie Onyekoro, celebrating her big day today. Residing in Randolph, Massachusetts. Greetings coming from her brother, Hamilton Victor Joseph, and the entire home circle. Greetings also coming from her mom, Emelita Isla Joseph. Wishing her all the best, God's blessings, and many more years to come. Anna Annie Onyekoro, good morning and happy birthday. Up next, the DBS Major Morning News. Keep it locked into your national broadcaster, your nation station, DBS Radio.
DBS News. Fresh in the morning, eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
This morning's headlines: the acting Chief Justice of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, Her Ladyship Honorable Margaret Prince Finlay, has made a call for judge-alone trials in member territories. In news from the region, the former Prime Minister of St. Vincent, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, is raising concerns about bad governance by the new administration. And on the international scene, the U.S. President Donald Trump has announced a 25% tariff on countries doing business with Iran following protest crackdown. Good morning, I'm Gavin Richards of the DBS Major Morning News. The details right after this.
Blue Water's posse identified! Somebody pass blue water, somebody bring blue water, somebody get blue water. Are you ready now? When you're feeling hot, take up the water spray. In the gym alone, take up the water spray. In your school or house, take up the water spray. When the bus run out, take up the water spray. Party posse water, working posse water. The school children they water. Blue water spray, the fitness posse water. The office posse water. When your posse need one, take up the water spray. Somebody pass blue water, somebody bring blue water, somebody get blue water. Take up the water spray.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
DBS News.
Welcome back, and first up in the news this morning, the acting Chief Justice of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, Her Ladyship Honorable Margaret Prince Finlay, has made a call for judge-alone trials in member territories. She says the practice has started in some states. Her Ladyship Honorable Finlay delivered the featured address at the opening of the new law year in Dominica yesterday.
Judge-alone trials have already commenced in a few of our member states. namely Antigua and Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis, and St. Lucia. We anticipate that the use of judge-alone trials will further streamline and increase flexibility in criminal proceedings. We also expect a significant reduction in the criminal case backlog, as the process is set to eliminate delays associated with jury selection and management, ensuring a timelier resolution of cases while preserving fairness and due process. I look forward to seeing the process being adopted further in the remaining states and territories. Complementing this initiative is a comprehensive revision of the criminal procedure rules, which have now passed the final vetting stage and are poised to be promulgated before the end of the first law term.
And that's the acting Chief Justice of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, Her Ladyship Honorable Margaret Prince Finlay. Meantime, Chief Magistrate Candia Carrett-George is reporting a full complement of magistrates for Dominica. She told the opening of the new law year yesterday that 3 magistrates have been appointed in recent times.
I am pleased to report that during the latter period of 2025, we saw the addition of 3 magistrates. Ms. Marie-Louise Pierre-Louis took her oath of office in October. Ms. Pierre-Louis was previously attached to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions and brings her experience in criminal law. She has been assigned primarily criminal matters. Ms. Polissa Morvan took her oath in November. Ms. Morvan joins us from the Attorney General's chambers and will preside over case management hearings, civil matters, and coroner's court, in addition to other case types. Ms. Kimala Alfred was sworn in as a magistrate in December. Ms. Alfred was previously attached to the Legal Aid Clinic. Ms. Alfred will preside primarily over family and criminal matters. I welcome each of them and extend well wishes to them as they take up their new roles in the magistracy. The addition of these magistrates represents a major step toward improving court efficiency and effective case management, with the main goal being the reduction of the case backlog and the effective and timely disposition of matters. The total number of magistrates now stands at 8, which represents a full complement for Dominica.
And that was Chief Magistrate Candia Carrett-George. Attorney General Levi Peter has disclosed that a legal profession bill will be debated in Dominica's Parliament in the first quarter of the year. The Legal Profession Act will regulate the operation of lawyers and others in the legal profession.
A strong, efficient justice system cannot exist without a disciplined, ethical, and accountable legal profession. Regrettably, instances of professional misconduct, and in some cases outright dishonesty, by a small minority continue to undermine public confidence and tarnish the reputation of this noble profession. For far too long, Dominica's efforts to enact comprehensive legal professional legislation have been deferred, often overtaken by competing priorities and constrained resources. I can, however, confirm that a draft Dominica Legal Profession Bill is currently receiving focused and sustained attention, including careful consideration of substantive recommendations advanced by the Dominica Bar Association. It is anticipated that a bill will be available to be tabled before the House of Assembly by the end of the first quarter of 2026, with the objective of modernizing professional regulation, strengthening disciplinary mechanisms, and aligning Dominica with regional best practice.
And that was Attorney General Levi Peter. A parliamentary representative for Portsmouth, Fenella Wenham Shepherd, has spoken out against incidents of gun violence in the constituency. She says the threat in the constituency needs to end. Portsmouth has been hit by some acts of violence, forcing the police to implement new measures in the area.
And violence will never ever be the answer to conflict, frustration, or disagreement. Portsmouth has always been a community built on respect, family values, and looking out for each other. And when violence occurs, it not only threatens an individual, but the peace, the safety, and the future of our entire community, especially our children and our young people. And we all know that Portsmouth is one of the places with the best beaches, a number of sites to go to, and we want people to be able to enjoy the places, the relaxation. We ourselves, residents, we want to enjoy the same things. And to have this threat, you know, in the community, it really is something that we need to end. And in order to do that, I'm calling, you know, again, all residents to remain calm, to choose dialogue over confrontation, and to work together with the necessary authorities and leaders to restore peace. We must protect our streets, our homes, and our children. That is where we live, and we want it to continue to be a place of safety, a place of recreation, and, you know, just where you can be relaxed. And let us stand up against violence. Let us recommit ourselves to peace, responsibility, and respect for life.
Parliamentary Representative for Portsmouth, the Honourable Fenella Wenham Shepherd. And the class of 1987 of the Dominica Grammar School has made a donation to the school ahead of its 133rd anniversary. This donation is a collaborative effort between the class of 1987 and an organization based in the Netherlands. Well, Ivona Jean-Baptiste Luge, a member of the class of 1987, witnessed the presentation and filed this report.
The Dominica Grammar School, class of 1987, continues to give back to its alma mater. For more than 5 years now, past students of C87 have been very much involved in helping to assist in the overall development of the co-ed institution. On Monday, 12th January, a few days ahead of the school's 133rd anniversary, a group of past students donated 2 Dell desktop computers with accompanying keyboards to the school. That's through a partnership with an organization in the Netherlands.
The C87 strategy is not only what we can do, but also to see what other organizations can know about what we care about and support you all. And again, what we want you all to do is remember that you are charged with being leaders. It starts with you, you set the example, and others will follow. So again, very proud to be here today, and we want to congratulate you on what you have already accomplished, and that these donations are just another way to help you get along the way. So congratulations at Dominica Grammar School, and we look forward to seeing and hearing big things from you. Thank you so much.
Michael Xavier of the Dominica Grammar School, class of 1987. Xavier, who resides in the U.S., is the Senior Director, Financial Health at Comcast NBC Universal. Prior to the presentation ceremony, he spoke to a large group of students using his story at the DGS as the central theme of his presentation. The class of 87 continues to give back through a mentorship program, pastoral care contribution, assistance to a few students writing the CSEC examinations, sourcing of short-term employments during the summer, presentation of plaques at graduation, sports equipment and uniforms, among other projects. The DGS will observe Founders Day on January 16, marking 133 years since the establishment of the institution. Ivona Jean-Baptiste Luge, reporting for DBS News.
And with his thanks to Ivona Jean-Baptiste Luge for that report. Let's head into news from the region this morning as St. Vincent's opposition leader, Dr. Ralph Gonzalez, has expressed a deep concern regarding what he characterizes as wrongful dismissals and legal harassment of civil servants following the NDP's transition into government. Gonzalez yesterday cited specific instances where long-standing employees were fired and where the legal system was allegedly misused to target workers. Gonzalez raised concerns with the number of dismissals within the Ministry of Housing, saying that the government has fired workers who had been with the Housing Department for as long as 20 years. And on the international scene, the U.S. President Donald Trump says countries doing business with Iran will face a 25% tariff on trade with the United States in response to a deadly crackdown on anti-government protests. But Donald Trump has also been briefed on a range of military and covert options for use in Iran. In recent days, the U.S. president has warned of a possible military intervention if protesters were killed. Iran's foreign minister says Tehran is open to talks with Washington but remains prepared for war. At least 648 protesters have been killed in ongoing crackdowns in Iran. But that's the news. Let's recap the headlines. The acting Chief Justice of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, Her Ladyship Honorable Margaret Price Finley, has made a call for judge-alone trials in member territories. Former St. Vincent Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves raises concerns about bad governance by the new administration. And the U.S. President Donald Trump announces a 25% tariff on countries doing business with Iran following protest crackdowns. That's the news. Stay tuned for sports.
Need one trusted place to stock up for your home, shop, or business? Fine Foods Inc. Distribution has got you covered. From dry goods and frozen foods to your favorite drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, plus all the household must-have. We've got it all under one roof. We're right here in Jimmy Dominica. And yes, we deliver fast. Whether you're running a supermarket, a corner shop, a bar, or just like your pantry full and happy, Fine Foods Inc. brings you the best brands you know and love. Great prices, top-tier service, trusted products. Call us at 255-6810 or 316-0164 or drop by our Jimmy location to check out what's in store. Fine Foods Inc.
Fine Foods Inc. The biggest distributor for the biggest brand.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
Covering the nation and beyond. DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fenced pipe, and Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins, and bidets. PVC piping, fittings, and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Here's a quick tip from MBD.
A quick tip from the National Bank of Dominica Limited. Scammers may send fake emails or texts. Remember, NBD will never ask you to reset your mobile banking password or share your card PIN, CVV, or other sensitive information this way. Stay alert. Stay secure. When in doubt, contact NBD, your partner, your bank.
Well, welcome to the Morning Sports Report. Let's begin with news that a representative of the main contractor at the Winter Park Lighting Project is confident that Dominica will have one of the best lighted facilities in the region upon completion. Well, project manager for Praba International Canada, Mayank Walia, says the company is committed on delivering a top-class product to Dominica. His comments as work resumed on the multi-million-dollar project following a few delays. Walia says that while the delays have set back the project, he is hopeful to have it completed soon.
Well, due to a lot of external factors, we had to make the ground available to use for other parties, which was, for the enjoyment of the country, which we were all okay with. So we're at the point now where we are kind of getting ready and getting back to preparing the ground to implement, further progress into the system, the lighting system.
All right, so I'm seeing some excavation being done, so work being done on the towers aspect of the lights?
Yeah, so right now the excavator is exposing the foundation again to finish the last part of work, which is pertaining to the foundations, which will be the system that the poles, when the poles arrive, to sit onto.
All right. Now, I know that you're waiting the poles, you're waiting some other infrastructure and whatnot, but upon completion of the lighting project, how would you rate it in terms of where it will stand regionally, I would say?
Because this is an international stadium, the aspects and the engineering design behind this system was to meet ICC levels, which means that it'll be able to host international games. So regionally, it'll be there on the international aspect.
All right. And as you mentioned that, you could just maybe give me a little more insight as to the amount of work that had to go, into getting the lights, the correct positioning for the lights, the correct specs, so that we could have this project done?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the ICC has a guideline or a set level of lux levels, which is horizontal and vertical lux levels, which allow ideal spectator performance and ideal player performance and broadcasting performance. So the engineering and the structural design of the system took all those into account, which again will allow for games to be hosted at the international level.
Looking at the scope of works, this looks to be more than just a restoration project. Looks like, a lot more work is going on than anticipated. What can you tell me about that?
Yes, and this project is actually not a restoration project, as a brand new foundation has been created, new electrical conduits are being run. That means new cables will be there, new poles are going to be installed, it'll be new lights. I can't say that it's a restoration project because restoration would mean that fixing previous works, whereas this is an installation of a brand new system, of course, which will be able to compete at the international level.
And that's the project manager for Praba International Canada, Mayank Walia. Let's move on with some more sports this morning as the West Indies under-19 team off to a very good start with the bat, and that's in their warm-up match with Japan. Of course, the West Indies preparing for the ICC under-19 World Cup, which will be staged in Namibia and Zimbabwe. West Indies, they're currently battling Japan as we speak. West Indies batted first and they got to 346 for 6 in their 50 overs. There was a century for Sharma Apple. He got 124. Tanes Francis also got 122. And Joel Andrew made 31. So that's Japan will need 345 if they're to beat the West Indies. And if you're a betting person, well, you're betting at the West Indies are in a very good position at 346 for 6 after 50 overs batting first. In some more cricket news, Dominica's Alec Athanaze will get one final opportunity to impress ahead of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup, as he's been included in a 16-member squad for the upcoming 3-match T20 series with Afghanistan in the United Arab Emirates starting next week. Well, Cricket West Indies President Dr. Kishore Sharlo just last week indicated that the World Cup team would be announced after the Afghanistan series. Athanaze has had a decent run in T20 cricket with an average of 25, a strike rate of 125, and 2 half-centuries from his 14 matches played. Meantime, Brandon King has been named the captain for the tour, with Shea Hope, Royston Chase, Akil Hussain and Shofin Rutherford all unavailable due to commitments in the South African T20 League. Quentin Sampson, who was the breakout player for the 2025 CPL, has been handed a maiden call-up, while Shama Joseph returns from injury. The full West Indies team is Brandon King, the captain, Alec Athanase, Casey Carty, Johnson Charles, Matthew Ford, Justin Graves, Amir Django, Shamar Joseph, Evan Lewis, Gudakesh Moti, Kari Pierre, Quentin Sampson, Jaden Seals, Ramon Simmons, Shama Springer, and Shimron Hetmaya. The T20 series, if Afghanistan gets underway from the 19th of January, the team will leave the Caribbean on January 14th. Let's move to some basketball news as the defending women's national basketball champions 767 Sports Club So What will begin their quest to repeat as champions as Game 1 of the DABA Paxam Bank Women's Finals gets underway tonight at the Massac Indoor Facility. So What will battle the Detroit Wings in Game 1 of the best-of-3 match finals starting tonight from 8 o'clock. So What went through the season undefeated, and they're being powered by the league's leading scorer, Galen Serafin, who broke the record for the most points in a basketball game earlier in the season. While Detroit Wings, meantime, they've only suffered one defeat in the campaign. So the women's finals on tonight. It's a So What taking on the Detroit Wings, and that game gets underway from 8 o'clock at the Massac Indoor Facility. Speaking of women, well, the Windward Islands women's team will open up their campaign in the Cricket West Indies Regional T20 Blaze tournament today as that competition gets underway in St. Vincent this morning. The Windwards will come up against Guyana in the opening match of the competition. That game gets underway from 9:30 this morning. The Windward Islands team is being captained by St. Lucia's Zeta James and reads Afi Fletcher, Holly Charles, Karina Noel, Chanel Maki, Narissa Crafton, Ashlyn Edwards, Selena Ross, Abini Seja, Unisha Fontaine, Aldif Gasper, Janilia Glasgow, Amia Gilbert, and Jada Terrell. So 4 Dominicans are featuring on the Windward Islands team as the Windwards will battle Guyana this morning from 9:30. Other games today will feature Jamaica and the Leeward Islands at 2:30 this afternoon, and at 7 o'clock tonight is Trinidad taking on Barbados. In some track and field news, President of the Dominica Athletics Association, Brendan Williams, has hailed a new partnership with Niagara Water as a significant step forward in strengthening athlete support and advancing the development of athletes on the island. Well, the Dominica Athletics Association has announced that Niagara Water, which is locally distributed by J. Stefan and Company Limited, will be recognized as the official hydration partner of the Dominica Athletics Association. Williams says the new partnership will benefit both parties.
This collaboration reflects a shared commitment to health, youth development, and most importantly, sporting excellence across our island. Through this partnership, Niagara Water will provide annual hydration support for athletes, coaches, officials, and volunteers at athletics events held throughout the island. Each year, the Dominica Athletics Association hosts a series of road races, track and field meets, kids athletics programs, and development workshops that help nurture our athletes from grassroots to elite levels. Henceforth, proper hydration is essential to performances and safety, and this partnership ensures our athletes are supported where it matters most. So we welcome this partnership as it strengthens the foundation needed for athletes to train, compete, and represent Dominica with pride. So on behalf of the Dominica Athletics Association and its many affiliates, we'd like to thank Niagara Water and J. Astafans and Company Limited for investing in the future of sport in Dominica. These meaningful contributions ensures that together we are building stronger athletes, healthier communities, and a brighter future for Dominican athletes and our next generation of champions.
And that's President of the Dominica Athletics Association, Brendan Williams. National long jumper Jariah Lewis says he's looking to continue to improve as he gets set for the 2026 Carifta Games. Lewis was the lone qualifier following the Dominica Athletics Association's developmental meet on Sunday at the Geneva playing field. He jumped an impressive 6.84 meters in the long jump to book his ticket for the Carifta Games, which will be held in Grenada in April.
First and foremost, I'd like to give all thanks and praises to God, giving me the strength and the guidance to come out there and qualify today. My name is Jariah Lewis. I represent the Aspirants Athletic Club, and I qualify for the long jump event.
All right, Jariah, this is your second Carifta qualification. You qualified last year, and you're coming back again this year. How do you feel about that?
I feel excited. When I came out 5th out of 25 jumpers, my last Carifta. And I know that once I put in the training, I can go out and put my best foot for my country.
All right. What was your preparation like for qualifications?
Preparation has been good. Every day, 5 days a week, Coach Nabi and all the athletes, we train hard. We go out there, put in the work, and we know we're going and get the distances we want.
What are you looking forward to at the 2026 Carifta Games?
I'm looking forward to being on the podium and to rep my country.
And that's the national long jumper, Jariah Lewis, speaking with Jomasha Mello of the Dominica Athletics Association. So far, 3 athletes have qualified for the Carifta Games. They are discus thrower Michael Titt, long jumper Jariah Lewis, and sprinter Corel Etienne. The Castlebrew Secondary School has climbed to the joint top of the Sports Division's Secondary Schools Under 17 football program, and they're tied with the Dominica Grammar School, and that's following a crushing win over the St. Mary's Academy yesterday, where we saw Taran George, Anthony Scotland, Isaf Banis, Alistair Barry, and Shukwan Gustav getting a goal each as the Castlebrew Secondary School ran riot over the SMA, winning 5-0 at the Newtown Savannah. With the win, the Castlebrew Secondary School and the Dominica Grammar School are now on top of the points table with 12 points each. The football action will continue this afternoon. There's an under-14 matchup as the Dominica Grammar School will take on the Northeast Comprehensive at 2 o'clock. And there's also a matchup in the under-15 division as the Pierchild Secondary School will battle the Portsmouth Secondary School. We can also tell you that the Goodwill Secondary School dominated the Northeast Comprehensive 38-2. And that's in matches from the under-20 division of the Sports Division's Secondary Schools Netball Tournament. Well, Christia Pierce, she had a game-high 21 goals as she led the Northeast Comprehensive to that comprehensive win 38-2 over, of course, that should be as she led the Goodwill Secondary School to that comprehensive win over the Northeast Comprehensive B team 38-2. Okay, in the under-16 division, we saw the Northeast Comprehensive A team beating the Convent High School, that's the defending champions, 13-8. Adera Samuels, she scored 6 for the Northeast Comprehensive A team. We also had a Catalana Bulgunu getting a 7 for the Northeast Comprehensive as well, while Chloe Gregoire scored 6 for the Convent High School. Netball action continues today with the Portsmouth Secondary A team taking on the Portsmouth Secondary School B team in the under-16 division, and the Dominica State College B team will battle the Portsmouth Secondary School in the under-20 division. Both games are at the Benjamin's Park. Well, that's a look at sports this morning. More sporting highlights for you at 11 o'clock during the morning news update, and also at 1:28 during the 13:15 news. Until then, I'm Gavin Richard saying good morning and thanks for listening.
Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Here's a quick tip from NBD. A quick tip from the National Bank of Dominica Limited. Scammers may send fake emails or texts. Remember, NBD will never ask you to reset your more banking password or share your card PIN, CVV, or other sensitive information this way. Stay alert. Stay secure. When in doubt, contact NBD, your partner, your bank.
DBS News. News. Accurate, up-to-date, professional. We bring you the news of the nation via 3 newscasts, Monday to Saturday at 7 a.m. The DBS Major Morning News, 1:15 p.m. Your lunchtime news bulletin, and at 6 in the evening, the DBS Evening News. Call us at 448-4302. Listen on www.dbcradio.net. Don't forget to like our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/DBS Radio. Stay on top of the nation's news with your nation station, DBS. Coming up shortly, we'll bring you your morning's weather report. Just before we do so, I'd like to remind you of your Kalinago word of the day for today. And of course, today we had the Kalinago word for respect, and that's Ine Bisay. And that's Ine Bisay. And that's spelled I-N-E with an acute accent.